Hi everybody. So in this video, we're going to look at how we can write numbers in standard form. So we'll work through example 1, and then we'll try some exam style questions. And if you want to work along with me, you can download a copy of a PDF from my website. I'll leave a link below. So we use standard form to write very small and very large numbers using a power of 10. So I will take you through it. We have A, where A is any number greater than or equal to 1, but less than 10. And then we multiply this by a power of 10. So if we look at example A, we've got 6,800. We need to write it using a power of 10. So this will be 6.8 multiplied by 1,000. We use 6.8 because this is between 1 and less than 10. This is how we standardize the form. And then this 1,000 can be written as 6.8 times 10 to the power of 3. Okay, so in this example, the 6.8 would be the value of A, and the 3 would be the power of n. So for question B, if we've got 21,000, what do you think this might be if we broke it up as a power of 10? So we'll have the 2.1 times 10,000, and this 10,000 is the same as times 10 to the power of 4. Another way of working these out is we can think the decimal point is currently here, and we need to move it in this position. So we've got a number between 1 and 10. So we move it 1, 2, 3 places, which is why we get 6.8 times 10 to the 3. If we look at this example, we've got a decimal point here. We need to move it 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we get 2.1 times 10 to the 4. So there's different ways of doing this. If we look at example C, we've got 9 million. This is 9 and then 6 zeros. The 6 zeros give us a million. So do you want to write this in standard form using either of the two methods? So we'll go through both methods. We have 9 times 1 million, which is 6 zeros. This is 9 times 10 to the power of 6. We could also have written that the decimal point here. We need to move it in front of a 9. And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we get the same answer. And then for question D, well, this is where we get very small numbers, but it's exactly the same idea. If we have 0.003, we need our first number to be between 1 and 10. So this will be the 3. And then we need to multiply this by 1,000th, or 0.001. We know this is 3 times 10 to the power of minus 3. If we were to try the other way, the decimal point is currently here. We need to move it in front of a 3. And you can see we're moving it 3 times. So we get 3 times 10 to the negative 3. If you notice with D, we're moving it to be right. So it's a negative power. And with questions A, B, and C, we're moving it to the left. And this will give us a positive power. So do you want to try questions E and F? Okay, so how do you get on? Let's go through this. We've got 0.014. We need to move a decimal point in front of a 1, so it becomes 1, 2. But we're moving it to the right, so we get 1.4 times 10 to the negative 2. And then for question F, we've got 6 thousandths. Well, no units, no tenths, no hundredths, but 6 thousandths. And we need to move a decimal point in front of a 6. So we're moving it 1, 2, and 3 places. So 6 times 10 to the power of negative 3. Okay? And in example 2, we're going to look at writing from standard to ordinary form. So in example 2, we're going to look at going from standard form back to ordinary form. And again, there's a couple of ways we can do this. If we look at using place value, we've got 2.4 times 10 to the 5. One is 10 to the 5 is 1 and 5 zeros, or 100,000. And then 2.4 times 100,000 will give us 240,000. Okay? Or we could write 2.4, then we can include lots of zeros, more than what we need. And then we can move the decimal point 5 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it goes to here. So we've got 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And it gives us the same answer. So again, it doesn't matter which method you use. So do you want to try questions B and C? Okay, so for question B, it's going to be easier now just to add on lots of zeros and then move a decimal point 7 places. So we've got 613. We'll add on lots of zeros. Decimal points here. We need to move it 7 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we'll cancel out them two. This will give us 61,300,000. How did you get on with that? Okay, so for question C, because we're looking at a power of -2, we're going to have the zeros before the 7.3. And then we're going to move a decimal place back by 2, 1, and 2. So we don't need these. This will give us 0.073. Okay? And then, do you want to try question D? So we've got the negative power of 10. So we'll have the zeros over here. Then we've got 1.5. And we're going to move the decimal point back 4 places. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We don't need these. So we'll have 0.00015. Okay? Let's try some exam style questions. So in question 1, we've been asked to write 50,800,000 in standard form, and then 2.3 times 10 to the -4 in ordinary form. And then for question 2, to write these numbers in ascending order, from smallest to biggest. So do you want to try these questions yourself? You can pause the video, and when you come back, we'll go through the solutions. Okay, so welcome back if you had a go. So for question A, the decimal point is currently here, and we need to move it in front of a 5. So we're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this will be 5.08 times 10 to the power of 7. And then for question B, we've got a negative power of 10. So we'll have the zeros over here. And then we've got 2.3. We need to move the decimal point 4 places to the left. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we don't need these. So this will give us 0.00023. Okay? And then for question 2, so the problem we have is that we've been given some numbers in standard form, some numbers not in standard form, but as a power of 10, and a number in ordinary form. So it's probably a good idea to write them all using the same form. In this case, I'm going to write them all in standard form. So this one's already done. We've got 2.71 times 10 to the power of 3. For this one, if we've got 27.1 times 10 to the -3, we need to move this decimal place 1 to the left, which means we're dividing it by 10. But we need to keep this balanced, so we'll multiply the 10 to a -3 by 110. So we get 2.71, and when you multiply this by 10, we can add 1 to this power, so we'll have 10 to the power of -2. So So this is this one here. And then for this one, 271 times 10 squared. Well, to write it in standard form, we need to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So we're dividing it by 100, which means we need to multiply this by 100. So we're adding a power of 2 here. So this will give us 10 to the power of 4. If I just make it more clear which is which, got this one, and this one. And then finally, we can move this decimal point 1, 2, 3 places. So this will give us 2.71 times 10 to the power of negative 3. And we're looking at this one as well. So because we've got the smallest power of 10 with a negative 3, the 0.0271 would be the smallest. Then we've got the power of negative 2, which is this one. So 27.1 times 10 to the negative 3. Smallest, second smallest. And then we've got the power of 3 here, which is this one. 2.71 times 10 to the 3. And then we've got the biggest one, which is this power of 4, which is this one. So 271 times 10 squared. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful. If you did find that helpful, please like and subscribe. And you can download the full lesson and the PDF that accompanies this video from my website, mrmathematics.com. I'll leave a link below.